It's the anti-trekker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulties.
Hey guys, Michael J. Crawford, the anti-trekker here. I know lighting is kind of funky right now, but I'm going to switch right over to the Space Engineering screen so you guys can kind of see what's going on. The game is basically over at this point. You can see up here we have, let me click over in the game so you can see it. So right here we have Chris, one of the fellow turds who is engaged with a small ship. I'm assuming it's one of the Alpacans, but they're completely outclassed. There's really no way for them to do anything with this. Plus the fact that Chris's ship is fully operational, as is mine. So yeah, it's pretty much over. Thomas says the music sounded low. I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to stress over that right now. I'm just trying to. I just realized that don't have the controls there. There. Hey, look, now I can see me. All right, so I just want to explain something real quick, because Bird, of course, at the end of his stream, was trying to accuse me and my fellow Turdistanis of like being treacherous and cheating and all that. So I want to make sure that we're completely out in the open and clear as to exactly what happened. And I'm hoping that some of the Alpacans are here to hear this, because they may not be aware of what happened. So now, as you guys know, I've been actually kind of out of it for a little while. So I've been playing the game a whole lot, except to, every now and then come in and kind of check on Thomas and Chris and see how things are going. And then I found out actually just today that Bird had secretly made a deal with Thomas. That Bird and Thomas made a pact, basically, that everybody was under the impression that the Turdistan was out, and then the Turdistani fleet would then show up with Karoga to take on the Alpacans. Why? Because the Alpacans kind of played a little bit of dirty pool against both us and Karoga. And so we figured, turnabout is fair play. We'll just kind of take them out in one fell swoop. It'll be fun. And yeah, so that was the deal that Bird made with Thomas. So then the battle begins. And of course, some of the Alpacans didn't particularly like this. And they said in the chat that, how that's unfair and all that. So what did Bird do? Of course, being the Karogan dictator that he is, and the fact that he, just can't seem to keep his word on pretty much anything. So he basically decided, okay, screw it. And he immediately started attacking us. Now, I'll be completely honest with you. We were kind of expecting that, because we knew, it's Bird. So we knew that Bird is going to betray anybody he can. And that's when the real free-for-all began, which is really what was intended for today anyway, was that there was going to be a massive free-for-all battle. Now, I'm not going to go play-by-play through the entire battle, but I do think one thing that is interesting, and I'm going to be reviewing. I did record most of the battle. I only stopped recording about the same time that Bird stopped his stream. And as you can see, I'm basically, I don't know who this is that's still trying to fight, but they are not doing well under the assault of my ship right now. But the interesting thing to me is that Turdistan should have lost. We really should have lost the fight. Why? Because, well, throughout the entire fight, we each of us on the Turdistani side had one and only one ship. Each one of us had a single ship that we brought into the fight. Now, we destroyed, I can't even count how many Alpacan and Karogan ships in the battle. Because every time, and you guys, I'm sure most of you, if you were on BIRDOPREY's stream, you probably saw that Bird would get taken out, and so then he'd immediately get in another ship and get right back into the battle. And then he'd get taken out again, and then he would get in another ship and get right back into the battle ad nauseum. And of course, the Alpacans were basically doing the same thing. And so one thing I want to make clear, because they keep accusing us of causing lag in the game and stuff because, oh, we build these big, massive ships and how, it's because we're doing that. That's what causes problems in the game. Well, we're not the ones that are building entire fleets of ships for each player in the game because talk about overkill, that was freaking overkill. And so, let's see, is he gone now? Looks like he might be disintegrated at this point. Yeah, I think his ship is officially toast. So that's pretty much it as far as the end of the battle. I don't think there's anybody left, but to be fair, is anyone still in the fight? So we'll see. Anyway, so we did not betray anyone. Bird actually did betray us. We were upholding our end of the bargain and got stabbed in the back, but that's Kuroga for you. So this marks the end of the server phase 2. I think it was a lot of fun. And by the way, all the smack talk and stuff was all in good fun. I hope nobody took anything too seriously because it was just, it was just to have fun. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Now, here's the thing. If they're still in the fight, how many freaking ships do you have if you're still in the... Anyway, because this is just, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to sit here all freaking night. I'm just going to declare victory because the server is going to get shut down in a minute anyway. But that's Bird's basic strategy was try and stab us in the back and hope that he catches us off guard. Let's see. Going to stay on. All right, so this has just been we've been destroying ship after ship after ship, and so it's been just kind of ridiculous. And let's see, now the problem with the way this game is functioning, it's hard to tell is that a friend or foe, and I don't want to make a mistake and accidentally shoot my buddy here. So because Chris is still in the game, but I can't quite tell from this distance whose ship that is. It could be Chris's. And so, man, the way the game is, when you overload this game, it does get a little buggy for sure. But the marker you see there, it says ready, fight. That's, let's see, maybe a her can come at, what? Maybe an hurricane come and turns off the server, you never know. I no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, so I'm going to get into the chat and play with the chat a little bit and see if the battle... Oh, wait a second. So there's a ship trying to get back on. See, you guys are attacking with like these little scout ships and stuff. Come on, let's get real here for a minute. If you want to... If you have something to actually attack us with, then do it. But I'm only seeing one ship. If there's two of you in, then are you building stuff as we go? Because these ships are stupid small. And, I'm not sure what Chris is doing because he's shooting in the opposite direction. But that's all right. I'll let him deal with that. Meantime, let's turn on the rocket launcher too, just for fun. And let me see here, guys. So as soon as I take out this ship, I'll get to the chat for a couple minutes. But this is going to be a short stream. I just wanted to say hi to you guys, say that it was a lot of fun. Oh, now the marker finally comes on. It's like the game is just can't make up its mind. So let's see if we can get close to this ship. I'm just going to kind of go toe-to-toe with it. Normally I don't do that, but... And what are you even doing? You're not even pointing your ship at me. If you... what's the point here of... Yeah, there you go. One ram and bam, your ship is toast. Look at that. That didn't take much. And looks like your shields are down, dude. And, you know, so say goodbye to your little friend. And it's amazing how much this game lags, though, in combat. That's the one real downside to this game, is that once you, when you're in combat, the game just lags like crazy if you have big ships. If you don't have big ships, then obviously that's not as much of a problem. But you know, as you can see, basically what I have here is pretty much just melting through his ship. And bam, there's not much left. And so you have one, I don't even know if there's anything functional on there. It's still registering. Let's see. And come on. If you only turn your lasers off for a second so the game runs normal, I would appreciate it. I don't know if you're watching the stream, Hector, but you really expect me to turn off my weapons in the middle of a battle? That's just called stupid. But now that that ship is gone, I will deactivate my weapons for a couple of minutes until you attack again. And they are off. More. All right. So while we wait for that, let's go back to the chat. So Thomas was first in the chat. 47 says hello. Just going to read the stuff addressed to me. I know I'm already behind in the chat. Multi-Gunman says, hey, how's it going? Hanging in there, my friend. Having a little bit of a fun time with the final day of the Space Engineer server. Rambling Canuck is here. Good to see you, my friend. How's my pain brother from another country? Even though that doesn't rhyme. Night Breeze is in the house. Says, hey, Anti-Tricker and all. Good to see you all. Short stream. Don't you mean stream Thursday night? Don't you stream Thursday? Well, yeah, Thomas, but you know, me and Mrs. Antrigger streamed for like 2.5 hours during the day today. So, and I still have to try to get my I'm not going to get my Halloween thing done. That really sucks. I'm going to have to put my Halloween thing out the day after Halloween, which is lame, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Thomas couldn't stay in the fight during the main battle because his computer crashed. Only a mother base for you to destroy, or bring it on if you want. And we'll see what they do here. If they want to bring everything they got into the fight, I'm cool with that. But it looks like they're gone. So if they're logging out, then we will call that is going to be it. Okay, so and fun new server will be up soon. All right, so with that, I will disconnect from the game, and let's see. DJ says, id going. By the way, DJ, how nuts are you with that freaking costume? I mean, that's just like, that's just funny. So for those of you that don't know, DJ Odyssey now has one of those T-Rex costumes. Although, granted, DJ, seriously, 2003 called and they want their internet meme back. But anyway, Sci-Fi Nation says alpacas were using speed hack and calling it lag. All right, now let me say this. I do want to make this clear. I was teasing the alpacas during the battle, saying that they were cheating because one of their ships, in particular, it kept, and you'll see it in the recordings that I made. You can see it. It's like it jumps all over the place, like it's got some kind of jump drive, and it can just do pretty much anything. And oh, by the way, there is that's Chris right there with his ship. And so, yeah, but the and so I was teasing them, saying that they cheating stuff. I hope they know all that was in good fun. You know, it's not like I was seriously trying to accuse you of anything. If I thought someone was seriously cheating, I would kick them out of the game. And so, and obviously, I didn't kick you out of the game. And so let's see. I think DJ needs a unicorn. That would be funny. Yeah. DJ says I'm completely nuts with the T-Rex suit. You are. It's just kind of funny. I've seen your video of you shoveling the snow. It's like, really? You're doing videos of you shoveling the snow? As a Captain Cat, wait, Anti-Trigger is picking on DJ for a costume. Anti-Trigger has a turd for a logo. Well, that's true. Never said I didn't have a turd for a logo. But I'm just saying, it's those T-Rex costumes are hilarious looking. I remember for a long time, Lore Reloaded, when this was before the Lore Reloaded channel existed, but he used to always send me links to T-Rex videos because he always thought they were the funniest things. So yeah. Multi-Gunman says, I declare shenanigans. I demand a neutral third-party investigation into Turtistan cheating. What did we do that could possibly... First of all, Turtistan is the only faction that only used one ship per person. We are the only faction that did that. Everybody else had a bunch of ships, but yeah. And so, Multi-Gunman, in what capacity, if you if you do think that we were cheating in some way, in what capacity we were cheating? What did we do in game that was a cheat? Please tell me, because I genuinely have no clue as to what you're talking about there. Captain Cat says, hey Trey, I do love you, brother. That's cool. I love you too, man. We're all friends here. Unicorn suit that shoots rainbow beams right out his butt. That would be awesome. Yeah, DJ could definitely use that. In fact, that would be, if DJ, if you could manufacture a suit like that, you would probably become the largest YouTube channel ever. Chris says, enter, all hail the leader of Turtistan, leading us into another dominating victory. Thank you, Chris. Yes. Well, I check, send Lori T-Rex video back. Me. I may do that. And remember our safe zone and our planet was somehow attacked. What happened to your old ship? Yeah. That's true. There were some shenanigans that happened, which some unanswered questions, like for example, each side had a safe zone that was set up, and somehow our safe zone was destroyed, even though there's no way to destroy a safe zone in the game. So that was kind of interesting. Also, somebody destroyed one of my ships that was in a safe zone, which should be impossible. So yeah, there were definitely some shenanigans, but yeah. Wesley says, nope, I was an alpaca and had no ships. Wesley, you weren't in the battle as far as I know. I'm talking about the people that were in the battle. The alpacans had, I don't know how many ships. If any alpacans are in the chat, how many ships did you guys have? Dang. And the Kurogans also had a buttload of ships. One thing I think is funny is that if you watch Bird's stream, he kept saying how many ships he destroyed. He didn't destroy jack. I'm sorry, he did not. When he first of all, it took him like 10, 20 minutes to get into the fight that the rest of us were already in. And then once he showed up, he immediately attacked the burning wreckage of a ship that I'd just destroyed, and on his live stream claimed that he destroyed the ship, which I think was funny. I would love to see you pronounce Lore Reloaded in Elmet FUD mode. I assume you mean Elmer. So, whoa, we woted. Bird sacrifice and great and honorable Kurogan deaths far outweigh any evil Turtistan dictator victory. Well, you know, Sci-Fi Nation, it's funny because a week or two ago, you were saying how you wanted to join Turtistan and you were tired of the evil of Kuroga, but apparently you've changed your mind. And the fact that you're basically going back on your word tells me that you are indeed a Kurogan. Rambling Canuck, okay, that's him. Darth Sweeney says Elmer Fudd. Yeah, I got that, obviously. So, for those of you that have not been in the Space Engineers server, you should check it out. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why the lighting is so blue for some reason today. Maybe is it because this is on? No? I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, it was, but yeah. Let's see. The Turtistani ship that was destroyed in the safe zone was a top secret Turtistani false flag operation. So you're saying, Multi-Gunman, that the fact that someone somehow destroyed a ship in a safe zone, it was okay because the Turtistani ship was a top secret false... What? That doesn't make sense. Apaka openly claimed to attack on your ship. That's true, Thomas. They did say they did it, but... And there, there were a few things. I think that there were some problems as far as misunderstandings, as far as what was okay and not okay to do in the game. Like we set up a neutral site in the middle of the map, And that neutral site was supposed to be for people to utilize as a place to meet and so on. But unfortunately, certain people got the clever idea of going in and changing certain things in the neutral site. So they started building stuff in this restaurant that we built. And the problem with that was simply that, well, that basically made it so there was no longer a neutral site, because as soon as they started building stuff, then anybody else coming to there, it would register as belonging to the enemy. And so that was a problem right there. And several other things similar to that happened throughout the game, but we just kind of rolled with it for the most part. At least we tried to. But yeah, definitely some misunderstandings as far as what the rules of the game were. And also there was a whole thing, and this was, I think, a problem with the rules themselves, where Bird set it up at the beginning that alpacans were not allowed to attack people on their planets, and yet the alpacans did, and so that was technically a rule break, but the alpacans rightly said they didn't think that was a fair rule, and I kind of agree with them, but at the same time, they still kind of broke the rule, you know. Anyway, Live with Magic says, LOL, hearing Bird killing a dead ship makes me think of scene from Lord of the Rings. He's twitching because my axe is lodged in his nervous system. Yes, that is absolutely right. And Sci-Fi Nation says, my voluntary re-education has made me see the error of your ways. I see. Your voluntary re-education. I'm sure it was very, very voluntary. The lighting's so blue because Mrs. Antrekker isn't on the stream. That must be it, Josh. I think you're right. Stop playing dumb. You destroyed your own ship. Actually, no, Resolute. I had been off for a couple of days because I was dealing with some of the complications with my knee. And mainly I've been in doctor's appointments and then lying down most of the day because I wasn't able to physically get up. And then I came in, and the ship that I parked at the restaurant had been mostly destroyed, and which should not have been possible. He's secretly a Smurf, Robo Smurf. That I'm pretty sure I'm not a Smurf. Turd plus Smurf equals Smurd. Well, Mike, that's an interesting new word you invented there, but I don't think I'm a Smurd. However, with that, I do hear the dogs going crazy downstairs, which means there's either trick-or-treaters at the door or Mrs. Antitrekker has come home. So I do need to wrap it up. I just wanted to congratulate Turdistan and the Alpacans on a fun round on the server. The next round is going to be set up a little bit different. There'll probably be some more planet side action, and there will definitely be more battles because it'll be a much smaller map and only 2 factions. And Darren says, sorry to hear about the problems with the knee. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I just, like you said in your video, can't catch a break, but then you're going to attack me anyway. Robot Shlomo, hey, good to see you, my friend. From Midnight's Edge says, Space Engineers on sale Steam. I'm thinking about picking it up. And have you seen the new Steam UI? They tried to make it look like Netflix. Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And the thing is that stuff is popping up on the Steam UI that I'm like, what the hell is that? I mean, like some weird, like booby. The game is called like something boobies. I'd never even heard of it, but it like has a picture of a naked woman there in the middle of this screen. I'm like, what is all this crap? So I don't know where I don't like it at all. Yeah.
Hello, world.
And Thomas says, Chris left you a message on Discord. I will check that, Thomas. Thank you. And it sounds like somebody is coming upstairs. Let's see. Good night, Antrekker. Tell Mrs. Antitrekker that we missed her on the stream. I'm sure she knows. I can't convince her, but she has to realize by now that you guys love her more than you love me. But, she doesn't seem to believe that. Speaking of which, she just walked into the room. You want to say hi to everybody? Don't worry, the microphone is out of the view of the camera.
Hey, guys.
So, you just got back, I presume. Anyway, with that, I am going to wrap things up. But, guys, thank you all for just having fun. And thank you again to Turdistan and Alpacas. And we'll have some fun on the next server. You guys have a good one, and yeah, don't forget to wipe. I need to come up. What should I say? I need a good thing to sign off with? You should say something sexy to everybody.
No.
Fine. Dude.
I'm ready to eat.
All right, it's dinner time. Gotta go.
Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, I love you. You son of a bitch, anti-tracker! You take that back! You take that back right now! He said that Frank Sinatra and Freddie Mercury were man-on-man lovers. It's not true, Mr. Miles! You're all liars! You're all liars, you sons of bitches!